My name's Ashley. I'm the marketing and community coordinator here at ABC Bees. I'm joined with Eliese today.
Hey guys.
We're coming to you live from the Hive. So we'll be doing this little fun live series every 2 weeks, every other week. So yeah, just tune in. And today Eliese is going to tell us what we're up to today.
Okay, great. So today is a quiet day. It's cool out. So we're going to be moving 10 hives into honey production at Blue Mountain Biodynamic Farm. They're these guys here. I always wear their hat. They're near Carstairs. So I always like to maintain around 10 colonies at that location, and then we sell that honey through their CSA, which is a food box program. They also have an online grocery store now because of COVID, and so we sell the honey through there. So I made a whole bunch. I'll show you. I'll come this way. So I made a whole bunch of spring splits. And so in order to make these splits really efficient for movement, I hate bottom boards that have a front landing board, and all of mine usually do. So this year, in order to make them easy to move, I actually just inverted an inner cover and taped closed the feeding hole. So their actual entrance here is just an inner cover feeding hole, like the entrance of an inner cover. And then I have migratory lids. These were made by Andreessen Apiaries up by Sherwood Park, and I just have duct tape covering up their little entrance. But I'm gonna have to close this off a little bit because we're gonna be moving them midday today. Normally I like to move things at night, but because it's cool and the bees aren't super active, I'm just gonna move them today anyways because I've got a lot to get done, especially as it warms up next week. So we're gonna ratchet strap these tightly around, and then we're gonna close off the little entrance here. And I think I'm going to have to close off a little space at the top here because they're clearly coming in and out there. And we're going to take 10 today to Blue Mountain. If you have any questions while I'm doing this work, Ashley's here to kind of read me the questions and to so I can answer anything. Yeah, we're in a winter yard here. We've got about 35 colonies in this yard. We've got a lot of big plans this week. So first, move all this at Queen Right splits. Second of all, if we come over here, so I'm just going to drop straps as I go. What you'll see is I have medium boxes and I have deep boxes. So in a lot of these colonies here, you'll see I have mediums below deeps. So these were all overwintered as double mediums. So they're date sizing. They're a little bit shorter than a deep box. But in the springtime, I actually pulled the medium off to make these splits using a queen excluder, moving open brood up. So we have a video coming up online, like a free online course video about how to do a method called topping that Bill Stagg taught us. And what it is using a queen excluder and open brood to lure nurse bees into your split, so you can split in place. So that's what I did, is I moved open brood into these divided them, open brood up, cap brood and open brood down, and a queen excluder. Nurse bees cover the open brood, and then I just drop them side by side. So these are actually quite strong. We can take a peek here. They're nice. That's actually a weaker one of the bunch. But they're all Queen Right. Let's have a peek at this one. This one might be stronger. Yeah, that's a much nicer split. So I just made these a couple weeks ago. And so, yeah, we've got, and then with the open brood and the Queen Right here, a cap brood, I put an empty frame of foundation and drawn comb up here in a frame feeder. And the queen moved up. So these are actually full of open brood. And so the plan for these tomorrow is to now be putting these frames into mating nukes, because we are also going to be starting our grafting this week and our first round. We're a little behind schedule as far as queen rearing goes according to my normal schedule, but I consistently have issues of chilled brood in my mating nukes, and so this year I decided to scale it back, and instead of having a May graft and having queens in production and mated by the end of June, I just skipped it forward, and I'm just going to raise queens in June this year. Skip the whole spring management of chilled bees, which I'm glad I did because it was really cold. We had all that snow in late May, and if I had done it my normal schedule, I would have had a lot of dead bees. sadly. So that's the plan today. Moving these colonies, making mating nukes tomorrow, grafting. June is a busy time. So is there any other questions going on there, Ashley?
Yeah, we've got a question. Where did you get that veil?
I don't know. I think Man Lake has them. I bought like 20 of them when I bought them because I run all those field days, and I love them because I can wear a ball cap, I can turn my head. The screen is really easy to see through. It's not a kind of a bigger squares per inch than the other veils. I just prefer it, but I think Man Lake is where I would have gotten it. Any other?
Got another question from Isaiah. He says, "Hey, Eliese and Ashley, just wondering if your hives are resource bound at this time of year after the big dandelion boom."
Yeah, so that's always an issue, is being honey bound. And so especially this year, because we had that really nice heat wave. So we had 3-4 days here in Alberta where the bees were able to go bonkers. I have seen that a couple of colonies that I have are into 4 deep boxes already because they were like honey bound already. So I immediately pull all that liquid nectar frames out of the brood boxes and move them up into the honey supers. I don't use queen excluders, but if you're gonna, that's fine. So in this case, like if we were to pop this open, let's have a look here. So this, I haven't even put liquid feed on it, and we got a deep. So this one I've already pulled a full-size split from. It's this one next to it, the little nukes that I'm moving out to Blue Mountain. I have a frame feeder in here because typically when I'm trying to push for brood production, I anticipate the fact that I'm going to have to syrup feed in the spring. I have not loaded any of these colonies with any syrup since spring feeding was happening, and that was all with fondant and pollen patties. So these colonies are quite large, and you can already see too, with the fresh comb being built here, these colonies could use, if I was just managing these for honey production, I would have another super on. But I'm going to be going through these hives and pulling, 4 frames of open brood covered in nurse bees to draw out 2 to 3 mating nukes per colony. And so I've got the plan is to this round make about 40 mating nukes. Because my first round, I'm just keeping it small, mostly because I don't have time, because we're filming a queen rearing course right now with the Alberta Beekeepers Commission and the Tech Transfer Program. So I'm trying to just maintain a smaller mating yard. So we're going to be pulling about 40 mating nukes this first round, and then probably another 40 out of these colonies in the following week. So this month I'll probably pull 80 mating nukes. And then we'll run those queens and raise a round of queens to be mated for the first week of July, maybe the second week of July, because I'm grafting this tomorrow, day after. And then I'll have another round of queens ready to be sold, mated in August. So it'll be only 2 rounds, not 4 this year. But these colonies, I'm going to be knocking them back. So resource issues are always the case, and that's where you're drawing wax. So always be making sure that you're putting in frames of foundation or foundationless frames in now, because young bees are wax producing bees. So if you don't have comb stores, you're going to run into issues where they're going to backfill your comb with honey, and it's not ready to be ripened yet, so it hasn't wicked off all the moisture and been capped yet. So with that happening, you end up kind of being hooped in July when a lot of your bees become foragers and they're not producing wax as aggressively. So when I pull these mating nukes out of this colony, I'm actually going to be backfilling it exclusively with foundation, because I want these bees to draw out at least 4 to 8 frames of new comb every single year. That way I'm able to cycle my old wax out really consistently, but then I'm able to build up my wax production pretty nicely. I'll probably also be drawing frames of honey out of the medium boxes and putting them into honey supers. And it's funny, in a yard like this, when I'm maintaining like this, I'll usually have 1 or 2 colonies that I just load with honey. So it'll look disproportionate because I'm pulling 2 rounds of mating nukes this month. If any of these are honey bound, some of the colonies that look pretty good, pretty strong, but maybe have a lot of space, I'll just add the supers to them. So I'll have like 2 or 3 hives that'll be like 6 to 8 tall, by July already, before clover and canola hit, because I'm just consolidating honey to those locations, so I'm easily accessing and maintaining the brood nests in my mating nuke producers. Once my mating nukes are all launched and loaded by the 3rd week of this month in June, then I'm just managing for honey production, so that I'm just supering and managing for those. Yeah. Any other questions, Ashley?
Kirk's Bee Adventures.
Hey, Kirko.
He says you are the best.
I love you, Kirk. So that's Kirk Anderson. He's usually in LA, but he just moved to Salt Lake City, Utah, and so he's learning how to keep bees again where it snows, which is a totally different world than catching 300 swarms a year the way he used to roll down in LA. Anyone else have questions? It was good to hear from you, Isaiah, too.
Yeah, he hopes that grafting goes well.
Thank you.
No questions so far, but I guess we'll stay on here for another couple minutes. And
Yeah, I'm just going to go get some more straps. If you want to have a look at some of the landing boards while I go get more straps.
Yeah. I'll just give you guys a look of the yard here. Got lots of bees. I hope everyone's having a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Got some cows grazing in the field over there. I don't know if you can see them, but they're having a good time. Thank you guys for joining today. Like I said earlier, we'll be going live from the hive every other week, so stay tuned for that. It's a nice, fun, exciting little project so that we get to chat with you while we're out here. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all from us today, Elise.
Okay, well, thank you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. If you are interested in learning more, we have free courses on our website all the time as I touch the fence. Every month or two, we put on a whole bunch of different free courses for you to access. We have lots of fun programs, so don't let COVID get you down. Keep beekeeping with us all year long. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Cool, that was great.